Dear friends, welcome to yet another chapter in the fantastic world of the military. In this video, we will discuss a record of forceful systems and approaches from China towards Taiwan in the primary month of 2024, an obvious indicator of a perilously expanding danger of intrusion. Furthermore, in the event that you're not yet bought into the channel, buy in now and actuate the warning chime to not miss any news. As per information arranged by the Service of Protection of Taiwan, in the initial 30 days of January 2024, it was the month with the largest number of forceful maritime and elevated developments and approaches from China towards the domain of Taiwan. Altogether, the Chinese sent 301 airplanes, 136 boats, and 57 covert agent inflatables, bringing about 58 infringement of the island's ADIZ, Air Protection Recognizable Proof Zone. Many Chinese boats and airplane additionally crossed the middle line in the Taiwan waterway, what isolates the island from central area China. These strategies and tactics not only arouse fear in Taiwan, but also play a crucial role in China's plans for an invasion. Taiwan's Air Force is obligated to send fighters and activate other radars with greater range and precision whenever they detect a Chinese aircraft on an approach route. This reveals to the Chinese the entire emergency response plan and the precise location of the island's radar stations, both of which are obviously crucial to China's invasion strategy. However, for what reason did January see a record of forceful Chinese moves against the island? The election of Lai Ching-te as Taiwan's president on January 13th was one of the reasons. Lai is the ongoing VP of Tsai Ing-wen, who can't run because of the restriction of 2 continuous official terms. This implies that Lai follows a similar favorable to freedom strategy as Tsai, as reflected in his triumph discourse expressing that, through his triumph, individuals of Taiwan showed their craving to keep the island alive and present on the world guide. Lai's VP, Raul Bikin, is Taiwan's ongoing emissary to the US, with huge and profound associations with Washington and the Pentagon. Hence, the political race for the administration of a lawmaker who vows to follow a similar support of a freedom line as the ongoing president, and who will have a VP with solid contacts and associations with the US, was sufficient to bother China under Xi Jinping profoundly. Beijing gave an authority proclamation after the declaration of the outcomes, expressing that Taiwan is essential for China, and that the political race didn't change any of China's goals, or the precept known as One China, which teaches that there is just a single China on the planet, and that China is the central area, which holds the right to Taiwan. At a time when more and more nations are refusing to recognize Taiwan as an independent nation, Lai's election demonstrates how strongly Taiwanese society supports the island's sovereignty and independence in the face of China. To comprehend the reason why the issue of Taiwan's sway and autonomy is so basic, we need to return to 1971, the year when the Republic of China, the authority's name of Taiwan, was ousted from the UN, preparing for the section of Individuals Republic of China drove by Mao Zedong. However, the last catastrophe for Taiwan's sway issue was conveyed by President Jimmy Carter in the last part of the 1970s, when he quit perceiving Taiwan as a free nation, perceiving just Central Area China. Carter's even-handed with this move was to exploit the competition among China and the Soviet Association since the 1960s, when the two nations were in a steady condition of strain. As a matter of fact, in 1969, the two nations nearly did battle over line issues. Carter, by strategically perceiving China and quitting perceiving Taiwan, moved nearer to Beijing, further disconnecting Moscow. As a component of this interaction, the US pulled out each of a large number of military workforce and deactivated the bases working on the island, leaving it unprotected. Notwithstanding, lined up with this, Congress went a regulation through which the US is obliged to furnish Taiwan with every one of the abilities to keep up with its sway and opportunity, which clearly incorporates weapons and ammo. This introduced an idea couldn't stand by the Chinese, known as essential vagueness. That is, the US carefully perceives just China and authoritatively sticks to Beijing's One China strategy. Nonetheless, they are legitimately obliged to furnish Taiwan with every one of the weapons and ammo it requirements to stay free and sovereign from China. What's more, it is through this essential equivocalness that, in late many years, Taiwan has been equipping itself with cutting-edge guarded frameworks, while likewise creating significant neighborhood tasks to defeat a potential Chinese intrusion, like enemy of airplane and hostile to send rockets. Given that Taiwan is an island nearly 141 miles from mainland China, it is immediately apparent when looking at the map that a Chinese invasion attempt will be extremely challenging. This means that the Chinese will first have to cross more than 141 miles of sea before they can land on the beaches or enter the interior of the island. At that point, they will be hit by the thousands of missiles Taiwan has stored for decades. Moreover, there would be no component of shock, as a Chinese intrusion of Taiwan would require the organization of a huge number of Chinese fighters via ocean and air to Taiwan. China would be compelled to utilize many planes and large number of boats, all of which wouldn't be ignored by US spy radars, which are continually sending data to Taiwan. Because of this, China is attempting to annex Taiwan through negotiation or diplomatic means. This path has been profoundly shattered by the election of a politician whose mission is to fight for the island's sovereignty and independence. In addition, President Biden's assurance, which he has reiterated 3 times in a clear and unambiguous manner, that he will send American troops to assist in the island's defense in the event that China attempts to attack it, should not be overlooked. Also, for that reason, the main month of 2024 has proactively begun as the most tense and extreme among China and the island of Taiwan. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any news. Share and leave suggestions, criticisms, or ideas for the channel.